Greetings, family. Sister Shanice in the house, and we are live for another Wednesday evening, fantastic, blacktastic show. Yes, it's the Sister Shanice show, and I'm coming to you live and direct. And what a show we have lined up for you today. We have a very emotional story that we're going to be bringing you today. And this story touches the lives of so many young people across the continent of Africa. And it's a story that we're bringing because we hope that it will actually save lives in the long run. So, yeah, do keep it locked to this channel. And in fact, if you can, please spread the word about the show that's going to be happening here on the Sister Shanice show. Now, my guest is going to be joining us probably in about 15 minutes or so, just getting set up behind the scenes. Fingers crossed all will go well with the internet connection. As you know, sometimes on the continent, it's not as good as we would like it to be. I mean, there is just so much that's not as good as we would like it to be on the continent, which is why we really need, 21st century leaders on the continent, and which is why we really need to be working with our young people as well on the continent, so that we can inspire, uplift, and encourage them to be the great ones that they have the potential to be. And so, we've all got a job to do here while we're on this planet. And ultimately, it's to ensure that we make the world that we're living in a much better, safer, happier, and prosperous place for all of us, irrespective of where we are in the world. And I think even more so when we're living in countries like that is just so rich with resources and has suffered so much. Don't they absolutely deserve to enjoy a better quality of life? So let's get the link out to the family. So I'm just getting the link out behind the scenes as we speak. And as you come through the door, you know how the drill goes. Please do let me know that you're in the house. Give me a big up. Let me know where in the world you're viewing us from. And yeah, let me know that you're listening in so that I can get the show on the road. So just posting the links here in the background. And in fact, I might do it with my phone rather than the laptop, so that I'm not taking up too much energy away from delivering the show to you this evening, which is what we want to be about and which is what we want to be doing. So family, as you come through the door, please do let everybody know that we are live and that we are ready to go, and that we have an absolutely fantastic, blacktastic show lined up for you today on the Sister Shanice show. So how has your strong been? Some say weak, some say strong. How has your strong been? I certainly hope that it has been a good one. Wow, I have been so busy, I must admit, for the last strong. There has been just so much happening in the neck of the woods where I am. But the good news is that it's all good. It's all been good. And so, yeah, I've been able to just bond with family, friends, and enjoy some quality time. So I've been actually loving the last strong, and I hope yours has been as good as well. So remember, as you come through the door, pick me up, say big mocha, just help me up and let me know where you are in the world. Let me know that you're in the house, okay? Because I am rearing to go. For those of you who are not familiar with my platform and you're joining me for the first time and you're looking at the screen and you can see a book over there and you're wondering what that book is all about, let me tell you just a little bit about that book. And as this is the festive season, and as it is likely that you are going to be looking for gifts to share with your loved ones this festive season, why not make this book the book that's going to give you so much knowledge and information, the gift that you give to your loved ones? Because you know how the saying goes, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power indeed. And what is this book all about? This is the book, family, that actually uncovers the fact that, well, let me say it this way. This is the book that reveals Britain's most guarded secret. Yes, this is the book that uncovers Britain's most guarded secret. And the guarded secret that it uncovers is the fact that we as Africans are the indigenous people of Britain. We as Africans were the first people of Britain. We as Africans were the original rulers of Britain, the ones who built the civilization of Britain, the original stone builders, the ones who brought brass and iron to Britain, the ones who brought monarchies, the castle building, ceremonial sites, religion, everything that is, we brought that to Britain. And my book actually brings you the evidence, the proof, and the sources as well that I've used to arrive at those conclusions. Okay, so although today, as you can see in Britain, the Caucasians are the ones who are the rulers. The Caucasians are the ones who are claiming to have the rights over Britain. The Caucasians are the ones who are claiming to be the indigenous people of the land. Britain first, keep it white, keep out those immigrants. No, the truth is that we are the original people of Britain. As Africans, we populated the entire globe, and we have been here well over 1 million years. According to archaeologists, based on the carbon dating and the DNA testing that they've done of skeleton remains that they've found in Britain, we arrived in Britain around 200,000 years ago, and there is solid evidence of our existence in Britain that goes back, you know, concretely at least 44,000 years. Yes, this is Britain's most guarded secret, which has been uncovered in my book. So get my book, Hidden in the Shadows of Ancient Britain, an Erased African History Restored. Give the gift of knowledge to our children. Let's stop this, this deceit for interpretation of our history that we have grown up with as Africans in Britain. Let's change the narrative now and give our young people the truth. I can see my guest is preparing himself in the background there. Yeah, good to see you in the house. Mohammed, you just hang on in there. I'm going to come to you in a very short while. Just set yourself up. If you can, put your camera landscape as well instead of portrait, and I will be coming to you soon. So as I was saying, we've got to stop this deception. We've got to reveal the truth to our children so that they can reveal the truth to their children's children as well. Britain is a stolen land. The heritage that they claim as their own is stolen, a stolen heritage. You know, the wealth of Britain stolen from the Africans thousands of years. We are the original people of the land. Some of you must be thinking, oh my gosh, she's lost the plot. No, I haven't. Get the book and read the evidence for yourself. There's documented evidence, archaeological evidence, DNA evidence, linguistic evidence, yeah, and references to ancient documents that I have uncovered. It's all there, family. Get the book and acquire the knowledge. And let's stop this nonsense interpretation of history that most of us were fed, and that I was certainly fed as well growing up in Britain. Let's get the truth out there, because as they say, the truth will set you free. So let's get the truth out there. You can get the book via Amazon, okay, .com or .co.uk. Alrighty, I have uncovered in my book Britain's most guarded secret. Oh my days. Get the book, family. Also, what I want to bring to your attention as well, before we go into the top our conversation today with our beloved young man, I want to bring to your attention an event that is happening in the UK on the 20th of December. So if you are in the UK, this coming Saturday, let me see if I can do share screen and bring it up for you. So yeah, Mohammed, just take a seat, get comfortable in the background. Just take a seat. I'll be with you in a very short while. Just get yourself comfortable, please. Right, let me see where I can share screen here with you. There's so much going on. Share, there we go. Right, let me see if I can bring up the flyer to this event that is going to be happening in the UKKK on Saturday. Right, so you should be seeing the screen now that is showing you the pre-Kwanzaa extravaganza event that is happening this coming Saturday, the 20th of December, 2025, featuring one of our kings in African history, none other than Robin Walker, also known as the Black History Man, alongside another one of our UK greats, none other than Leon Marshall, the scientist. Wow, wow, wow. Family, if I was in the UKKK, I would definitely have been at this event. It is an African holistic health study group event, pre-Kwanzaa extravaganza event. So make sure you find your way there, okay? There are various other authors, artists, launches that's going to be happening there as well, okay? The event is Trinity Church Hall, and that is at 90 Hodford Road, Golders Green, NW11 8EG. That looks like without my glasses. And it kicks off at 3:30 p.m. The admission is £10. So I want to rise up our brother Emmanuel, who is the host and organizer for this event. Also, just to let you know that brother Emmanuel also has copies of my book, Hidden in the Shadows of Ancient Britain, an Erased African History Restored. He has copies of my book, so you can go down there, grab a copy of the book, alongside Robin Walker's new book that he is going to be launching at this event. Make sure you get a copy of that book as well. And if you don't have a copy of Liam Marshall's book, which I do have, by the way, Melanin, a book about melanin, then make sure you get that book on Saturday as well. So if you want to give your loved ones the gift of knowledge this Kwanzaa, okay, make sure you find yourself down at the Trinity Church Hall this coming Saturday, the 20th of December. Okay, family, that is the place to be. You know, we have to be the ones that give knowledge, correct knowledge to our people. We can't expect others to do so for us. Okay, I was sharing, I've kind of stopped. Let me just go over to the chat and just check that we have some of our family members in the house. Yes, we do indeed. Rise up, brother Kwame Aboje is in the house. Rise up, brother Kwame, good to have you in the house. He's saying, oh, he's loving the head wrap. Thank you so much. Rise up, Sister Betty in the house as well. Great to have you in the house too. We've got Miss Kev in the house. Welcome, welcome. Kwame, greeting everybody in the house as well. It's always wonderful to have Brother Kwame in the house. We got the Jamaica Junker in the house. It's been a little while. I hope all is well with you, Jamaica Junker. Good to have you in the house as well. And Sheriff S, great to have you black with us as well, beloved sis. She said, blessed love to you both. I've been going through some rough times, but back with a vengeance. Big up and bless up to you both and all who will join. Enough love, enough strength, you know, from me to you, Sister Sheriff S, during these times. Pick up the phone, give me a call anytime, beloved. Good to have you joining us and coming back, as the Junko say, triumphant. Yes, indeed. So family, drop us a message in the chat. Let me know that you're in the house, okay? Because we are getting ready to have a conversation with our guest today, none other than Mohammed. Let me do a sound check just to make sure that we can hear our brother loud and clear. Mohammed, welcome, welcome. Let me hear your voice. Let me just check that I can hear you. Please take yourself off mute. And let's try and hear you. I'm not hearing you at the moment. No, not hearing you, Mohammed. Maybe not use the mouthpiece. Maybe take out the mouthpiece. Let's try without. So we're just getting... Ah, yes, I heard you there. Greetings, Mohammed. Greetings.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you now. I was getting a little worried there. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And how's your family?
Yeah, everyone is doing good. Everyone is doing fine.
I'm delighted to hear it. Family, tell everybody to get around their screen. Our young brother, Mohammed, is going to be sharing a story with us today. He's going to be sharing the story of a journey that he took. And it's a journey that thousands of young people have taken, especially young people from the Gambia and various other parts of West Africa. But it's a perilous journey that many did not make. And this is a journey that they say is about going the back way to Europe. And just to say that the statistics suggest that over 1,600 Gambians alone have been reported lost in 2024, mostly at sea. But the exact cumulative number is not actually known because, you know, they say it's hard to track and to pin down the exact numbers, but the IOM suggests that the number of deaths as a result of this journey that our young Mohammed is going to be sharing with us today has taken the lives of tens of thousands across the Mediterranean, since 2014. This back way is an extremely dangerous route. And we're going to be finding out more about, you know, that journey and Mohammed's experience of that journey. But before we do, Mohammed, please introduce yourself to our audience. Just say a little bit about yourself, where you were born and your upbringing before we go into your story.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Mohammed Sise from the Gambia, 22-year-old boy, born and raised in the Gambia. I want to say hello to everyone. Thank you, Sister Sani, for giving me this opportunity to share my story with loved ones, family, friends. Yeah.
Thank you. We thank you so much for agreeing to share your story with us as well, Mohammed. So you were born in the Gambia, and are you of Gambian parentage? Where were your parents born?
My parents are from the Gambia.
Right. So we're talking about, you know, a young man born to Gambian parents who's grown up in the Gambia, you know, full of hopes, full of dreams. And you're one of a number of siblings. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I got three sisters and one brother.
Three sisters and one brother, all born in the Gambia, all born with, you know, hopes to see a really bright future. And where did you go to school?
In the Gambia,
So you went to school in the Gambia, and whilst at school, I mean, what dreams and hopes did you have at school?
yeah, time was I was going to school, like I love education. I was a great boy in school. Like all the teachers love me. I get good relationship with my teachers, you know. And I love to be a sport journalist by then.
Mhm, mhm. So, you know, you went to school, you got on well with your teachers, you was doing well in school, and I suppose you had hopes when you left school that you would be able to start a career, as you said, in sports journalism, and
Yeah.
you know, earn some money. So you're obviously a young man. You're obviously a young man with ambition. Yeah. And so when you left school and you tried to find work, what were job opportunities like for you in the Gambia?
Well, it was hard. Those days was very hard for me to get a job. Sometimes a part-time job, but not always. Maybe twice a month or four times a month. Yeah, so sometimes if I didn't get a job, I will go to the field, train with friends, play football to get some things out of my head.
Okay. So you left school full of hope, hoping to get a job, you know, and presumably you wanted a job to help the family, you know, bring in that extra income to help your mom, you know, and at the same time to make a life for yourself, which is what most young people want, everywhere in the world, wherever young people are in the world, including Africa, you know, and I want you to hear this story, family, especially those of you who are in the West and have never been to Africa before. You know, we're talking to a young man who's born in Africa, went to school in Africa, and as you're hearing, you know, has ambition and aspirations to get a job. Isn't that the same as young people everywhere in the world? So, you know, we're going to have a conversation today about the fact that, you know, the opportunities that might be there in other parts of the world, we don't find those opportunities as much in Africa because, as he was saying, he might get a bit of work a few times a month, sometimes not at all. And what was the situation like for your friends, Mohammed? Were they able to get work? Was it just you who wasn't able to get work?
Yeah, it was hard for me to get job because most of the time, some of my friends, they got a family members over there. You know, it's like when you don't know someone in any workplace, it's very hard for you to get a job or a family member over there. It's gonna be hard for you to get a job too. And the family situations are different. Some of my friends, their family can afford their school until the university level. They sponsor their school till they graduated from the university. So I'm different from them.
Okay, so family circumstances really matter in
Yeah.
Africa. If you're well connected, you know, you can get a job. If you're well connected and your family's got income, they can sponsor you through university. But if you're not well connected and if you don't have a lot of money, what is life like for the ordinary person in that situation, Mohammed?
Like if you are not a strong guy, you will feel like you don't get nothing, you cannot make nothing. Like that's the concept many youths have. Like, you know, they lose hope. When they
Mm.
see their friends doing something like their family cannot afford for them, they lose hope, thinking that those guys are better than them.
Mm, mm. And would you say that there are just a few young men in that circumstance where they are losing hope? Or would you say that, you know, there are large numbers of young people in the Gambia, because you're in the Gambia, who are feeling that sense of hopelessness?
Yeah, there are plenty of Gambians, youths who are losing hope right now at a young age, at their early 20s. They start making themselves frustrated, like thinking that they cannot win anything yet.
Mm-hmm. So it's by the time that they get to their early 20s, after having left school, tried to get work, not found any work, find themselves just playing football on the fields to pass time, and then realizing that life is passing them by and there's no hope. So, you know, in those sorts of circumstances, you know, what are the sort of conversations that young people have about maybe what they can try and do to make life better for themselves?
Sorry, reframe your question.
Yeah, so there's a lot of young men who are in the situation where they feel Gambia's got nothing to offer. They're beginning to feel hopeless. And I would imagine, you know, it's at that time that these conversations about possibly going the back way would actually come up. Is that a conversation that a lot of young men have about thinking about going the back way?
Yeah, because a lot of conversation young people have, the conversation they have is that, like, bro, we don't got nothing left in this country. We must leave this country, because they feel like they're left with nothing in this country because of the corrupt government and no job, no proper education. Yeah, that's the problem.
Wow. You know, that's such a sad situation to know that so many young people, the future of Gambians, are actually feeling, you know, that sense of hopelessness, that the government isn't doing enough, you know, to provide for the young people. And we all know that it's the role of the government, you know, to provide jobs and opportunities for young people, to, you know, give their future that sense of you know, opportunities that lie ahead of them. And it's like stealing the life of the young people if they're not providing for those young people. And obviously young people, you know, being young people, are probably fearless as well. And so I want you to share with us, Mohammed, I'm going over to you now, share with us, you know, the moment you decided that you was going to go the back way. And, you know, what did you do? What happened next? Please share your story.
Okay. Yeah. As I was sitting down one day, like, I planned the backway journey just a week. Yeah, a week before I go. That's the time I planned it. It was, I think it was 10 days to the Tobaski. 10 days before the Tobaski.
And
That's
just
the
to
time.
say, tell people what Tabaski is, just in case, you know, they may be Christians and they don't know what Tabaski is.
Tobaski is a big celebration for the Muslims, a big day for the Muslims. Some kill goats, rams, different kind of foods, dress nice, meet together, have a get together, family members going greeting each other, dressing nice, you know. It's a big day for the Muslims, a big celebration day.
Yeah. So it's like the Christian version of Christmas. And
Christmas,
around that time, you know, everyone, a lot of people feel very pressurized. You know, they feel they need money to buy new outfits, to get that goat or that ram or that sheep. You know, they need money to be able to get gifts for the family. It's a time of year you know, that's very stressful for a lot of people, just in the same way that Christmas is for the Christians, Tabaski is for the Muslims. So it was 10 days before Tabaski, and you decided you're going to go the back way.
It was 10 days before Tobaski, so everyone's mind was in the Tobaski, buying good dress, you know, preparing for the Tobaski. So no one will thought I will take the back way journey by that time. So
Yeah.
I then went to Banjul, the capital of the Gambia, to buy a bus ticket to Mali, Bamako. So as I bought the bus ticket, I then take $5,000 to change it for SEFA. You know, Mali and Senegal, they use SEFA. So for us, we use Gambians. So if you are traveling to their countries, you must change the dollars to SEFA.
Mm-hmm.
So I changed $5,000 to SEFA. Yeah. After, I think I bought the ticket on Monday and I left the Gambia on Tuesday.
And where were you heading for when you decided that you were going to go the back way? Where were you hoping to end up?
I was hoping to end up in Tunisia.
In Tunisia. Okay, so you left the Gambia with $5,000, which is about 60, 70 pounds, hoping to reach to Tunisia. And then from Tunisia, you were hoping to reach where?
Italy.
Italy. Wow, with 70 pounds. Okay, so let's backtrack. So you're on the bus on the way to Mali now. Were you traveling on your own or did you leave with friends?
I traveled on my own. I met with some Gambians in the bus. So we got small conversation, became friends in the bus as we were going.
Mhm. How many of you were there then that you met that became friends and started the journey together from on the bus?
Over 10, 15 people.
Wow. So about 10 to 15, all young men, or were they young men and young women?
They're all young men. There are women in the bus, but they are not Gambians.
Uh-huh. Some Gambians and some young people from other parts of Africa, yeah?
Yeah, some of the Malians are also there. They were going to Tobaski in Mali.
Uh-huh. Okay.
In Mali. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened once you got to Mali on the bus? There's a group of you now. What happened then?
Yeah, as I entered Mali, one of my friends in the bus told me, bro, do you get anywhere to go? I tell him, no, I didn't know anyone here. I didn't get anyone here. I didn't know anyone here. He told me, okay, let me call this agent so that we can go and spend the night there. I tell him, okay, it's fine. That's the time the brother called the agent and we went there to stay there. So I asked the brother, like, what's the price to leave from Mali to Algeria? Then he charged me 13,500.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is that safer or Gambian, the equivalent of Gambian?
Gambian dollars.
Wow. And you only left with 5,000. He's charging you 13,000.
He's charging me
Yes.
13,000. The 5,000 I changed, it's not for like, it was because the checkpoints, they really disturb us. Like from Senegal to Mali, they disturb us. Like,
So you
in
had to
every
pay the soldiers at the checkpoints.
we have to pay them, even though we got all the documents. They said you must pay by force. And I then
Wow.
asked the other soldier, what is the reason for me to have this ECOWAS ID card now? Tell me, bro, just pay and go. Tell him, no, I cannot pay that. I tell him, reduce it. The brother told me that, like, here is not a market. You cannot negotiate a price with me.
So how much did they take from each of you at the checkpoints?
Some take $200, some take $500.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I forgot to ask, which month are we in when you left? Which month was this?
The month was, it was May.
May.
May,
Which year? May 2020, when?
2023.
May 2023. Okay. So you had your ECOWAS ID, you go through Senegal, you have to pay, go through Mali, you have to pay. Hey. Wow, wow, wow. So you finally reach Mali and you've been introduced to an agent
Agent,
who's
yeah.
who's promising to help you to get to Algeria.
He helped me to get to Algeria, yeah.
And how did he say you would get to Algeria?
For me,
Yeah, how did the agent say that he was going to help you to get to Algeria? Were you going to go
because
by bus or
he told me that you're gonna go by bus, but at some point you need to travel to a pickup, you know, or a truck. I tell him, okay, bro, it's fine with me. Then that's the time he charged me, I think, 13,500 from Mali to Algeria.
And were you on your own at this time, or were there a few of you who paid this money and was going together with this agent?
Yeah. It was around 6 to 7 of us, and we met some in the bus.
Right. Okay. And so, how soon was this after you arrived in Mali? Did you spend a few days in Mali before you left, or?
I spent around 3 days in Mali.
And then you were on the bus on your way to Algeria.
Yeah,
Wow.
we on our way to Algeria because we take the bus.
You got the what, sorry?
We didn't take the main highway. We went to the back way, like the bush, the road on the bush.
Oh, through the bush.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. And you were in a bus. And so how many of you were there in this bus going through the bush?
It was plenty of people.
Roughly
Maybe 45 to 50.
Wow. All paying 13,000 each. Wow.
No, not 13,000 each. Some of them are Malians. They cannot pay 13,000 because they already know the boss.
Oh. So
But
some pay less.
Yeah.
Some pay more. Wow. And so the agent, was he on the bus doing the driving, or
No,
he just collected the money and put you on the bus, did he?
They just connected you with people, but they don't go. They just sit where they are and make just few phone calls. The driver will come and pick you up, the taxi driver drop you to the bus, and he will have someone working at the bus. The driver will connect you with the driver of the bus, and then you depart.
Wow. So how long was the journey on the bus supposed to take to get you to Algeria?
It was not direct to Algeria. The bus supposed to take us up to Timbuktu, the last city of Mali.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Timbuktu.
In that road, the bus, I think the bus has damage. We spent almost 3 days in that road.
So you spent 3 days in Timbuktu?
Before reaching to Timbuktu.
Before you reached Timbuktu, the bus broke down.
From Bamako to Timbuktu, the bus broke down, and then they called one truck driver. We transferred to that truck, and the truck carried us up to Timbuktu.
Yeah, wow. Timbuktu is such a wonderful historic city, and Mali as well, obviously, with the great leader there that you have at the moment. But anyway, let's continue on your journey. So what was you doing for food? Were you all well fed at this time? You had money to buy food and water, and you could, what did you do for changing clothes and, taking a shower or whatever? Was anything like that provided for any of you?
Yeah, I got some money with me, some pocket money with me. So anytime I'm hungry, when I'm in the city, I used to go to the shop, buy something to drink, something to eat, because I'm not into their traditional food. Like I have never eaten that kind of food. So I used to always buy bread or sardines, corned beefs.
And make your own sandwich and your own food. Okay. All righty. So you're at Timbuktu now. Where are you all heading to next?
So as we reach in Timbuktu, before entering Timbuktu, there's a big border there, the big police checkpoint. They took us all down, tell us all to sit in the ground. They start searching us. That's where the hardship started.
Whoa.
They start searching us, wanna take our mobile phones, So that's the time. The moment we were moving, the agent gave us one guy's number in Timbuktu. We gave the guy's number to the police officers. After then, they called the guy. Since the guy came, I see the guy give him the money, close to $2,000-3,000. Then that's the time they leave us. The guy carried us with a motorbike to his home.
Right. And how many of you did he take to his home?
3 of us.
Only 3?
Only 3, yeah.
So what happened to the other 40 or so people who were on the bus? Did they have to?
Majority of them are Malians, so they didn't disturb those guys. And some of them, they also called their guy to come and pick them up.
Right. Okay. So people had different phone numbers of different guides who were going to meet them to take them on the next leg of the journey. Wow, this is all just so well organized, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so you've gone off now with 3 other young men with this new agent to his home, and his home was in Timbuktu, was it?
Timbuktu, yeah. His home is in Timbuktu.
Yeah. And how long were you at his home for?
We were there for 4 days. We spent the Tobaski in his home.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We spent the Tobaski in his home, like there. Yeah. After the Tobaski, the 3rd day of the Tobaski, that's the time we left from Timbuktu to Algeria.
And
as we were there, I think it was Friday. We were sitting, 3 of us, and that's the time the guy came and told us, you can go and buy your waters, your drinks, anything, your foods, go to the shop and buy it because the driver is coming and you are taking the desert to Algeria. So
was this going to be another bus journey?
It's going to be a pickup.
Oh, what, a truck? Pickup truck?
Truck, yeah, pickup truck.
Yeah, that's going to take you to Algeria. Wow. And how many days was the journey meant to be then from Timbuktu to Algeria?
Some said they run it, some said 2 days, some said 1 day and a half. For us, I think 1 day and a half. Some 3 days, some 4 days. It depends on the driver and the road he take. Yeah, and that's where the hardship really started.
Wow. So you've made friends with 2 other young men. Were they from Gambia? The other 2 men?
They were from Gambia.
So there's 3 of you. You spent Tabaski together, and after a few days, you got on this pickup truck to head to Algeria. So what was that journey like? Where were you in the truck?
The truck, we are at the back. I think 18 of us at the back. Because the moment he came with the truck to the compound gate, after they call us to come out, that's the time we bring our water bottles, our drinks. Then he tell us to climb. It was a white Arab guy. It's Algerian, a white man.
A white Algerian. So he put you on the back of his truck with about 18 others. And
Yeah,
where were these others from? Were they all young Africans as well?
they are all young Africans.
Do you know where any of them were from?
I think some of them were from Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Guinea. Yeah.
And Guinea. Oh, right. So there's 18 of you. Were you sitting down comfortably at the back of this pickup truck?
No,
Standing up, holding on? What was that like?
we are just sitting down, like just to hold something, just so you can sit. Because when you fall down, he's not gonna wait for you in that desert.
Right. So was it a kind of open back truck? So you could have maybe fallen off the back, or was it a sort of truck where everybody could see all of you on the back, or was it a truck that was covered up?
No, it wasn't covered up. It's a small truck.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
it was a Toyota Hilux, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Right. So was the road smooth or was it rough? Was it a rough journey? What was it like? Were you going through the bush again, or was it on the main road?
It was in the desert.
Through the desert.
Through the desert.
Wow. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So it was like a day and a half through the desert. Okay. Well, what was that journey like? Did you see other people going through the desert as well? Was some walking, or was everybody in vehicles?
Yeah, so everyone was in vehicle because we just passed just one car over there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so as we were going, we were there the first night around 8 o'clock. They stopped the car in the desert. They told us to relax a bit. So as we were relaxing, after just 30 minutes, they came back, tell us, okay, hiya, go into the pickup, let's move again. Then that's the time we start moving up to 2 o'clock in the night. They stop again, tell us we need to relax. So they put us down. At that time, the water we carry was like, it's almost finished though. I think we left with 3 bottles. Then that's the time the Arabu guy's son, he carried his son. So his son came and collected our water. So he was going to the toilet, then he used our water. And we were left with only 3 bottles. And we didn't
Between
know
how
how
many
to.
of you? Between how many?
The 3 bottles, it was for 3 of us.
Right.
Yeah.
So how many bottles were there? And then how many did he take?
He
So
take
you
one, he take one bottle, and it was two left there.
Okay, so there was three of you and you each had a bottle. There were 3 bottles, and he took one and left you with 2 bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, and left
Right.
with 2 bottles. And they have more water than us. They have enough water. They have these 20-liter bottles, and we have just this 1-liter bottles.
Wow. Okay, and so you're in the desert now, and you need your water, and you've only got 2 liters of water between the two of you, and the rest of your journey ahead of you. Okay, yeah. What happened? What happened next?
As we were there, the moment the Arabu guy's son collected the bottle and said he's going to the toilet, my friend told him, no, look, we don't have enough water. You guys have more water than us. So go and carry your father's water and use that one. That's the time his father heard that and came at us, pull out a gun.
Ooh,
He said, why did my friend say that? He's gonna shoot him.
never.
And that's the time he carried all of our bottles and we didn't left with no water. That's the first day. And we didn't know how long the journey will take.
Wow.
Yeah.
So because your friend protested about it, the father came, threatened you with a gun, and took all your water and left
Yes.
you with no water.
No water.
So how long were you left there before the journey continued?
We were there for the next 15 minutes. That's the time he called us back, telling us, okay, let's go back to the truck. He's moving.
Yeah.
As we go back in the truck, he started moving till in the morning, around 8, 9. We were thirsty. We don't have anything to drink. Then we tell him to stop, but he refuses to stop. And one of my friends collapsed in the pickup over there in the truck. Yeah. And as we are going, the other one also started complaining, saying, like, bro, my stomach, you know. That's the time I hit the truck, pam, pam, for him to stop. Then that's the time he stopped, pull out his gun. Why did you tell him to stop? Like, he's complaining. He said I shouldn't stop, tell him to stop. I tell him, my other friend collapsed, and this one also is sick. Please help us with water. And they are having 20 liters of water, and they don't want to give us any water. So that's the time he pulled the pipe and placed it in my friend's mouth for my friends to drink. Yeah, my friend drink a bit. After that, we start moving again. As we
Did he
start
give you
moving
some
again,
water as well? Did he give you some water?
No, I didn't drink any water.
And the
He
one
just
who
gave it.
collapsed, what about the one who collapsed? What did he have to say or do about the friend who collapsed?
Yeah, after we stopped, he just poured the water on my friend. He poured the water on my friend, and that's the time my friend woke up, you know, and he gave him some water to drink. Yeah.
Wow, and then you all started back on the journey.
We start back at the journey. After as we are going, we stop one place. That's where the camels drink. The same place the camels drink. That's where we stop and we started drinking. That's where I started drinking this first day. So as I was drinking, the first water I drink, like I drink until my stomach was full, but I bring out all the water because the water tastes different. I bring out all the water. I cannot drink anything. My stomach was empty. Yeah. And they tell me that, like, if you don't drink this water, there's no other water for you. So this is the only water you can drink.
Wow. The same water that the camels were drinking.
Yeah. I force myself to drink the water. But when I check it in, the water will come out by force. I try to drink it, but I can't. That's the time I said no.
And what about your friends, the two friends that you were with? Were they able to drink the water?
No one can drink that water because when you drink it, you will bring it out by force.
Makes you sick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, and then what happened after you left the camel water area? Where did you go next?
So we left the camel water. It was 30 kilometers for us to reach to Algeria. So as we reach to Algeria, before we enter the city, they transfer us to another pickup. After that's the pickup that takes us to the city, the first city called Borso.
That took you where, sorry? To the
city of Algeria, the first city of Algeria called Borso.
Okay. Right.
That's where they took us. So as we were there, the agent welcomed us, give us some food, then we take shower after we relax. After that, we then talk about the price to move to another city, to move forward. Then he charged us $5,000.
Wow.
So I call my family at home, tell them like this guy charged me $5,000. They tell me, okay, we're gonna try to pay for you. So that's the time my family sent the money to him. He pushed us again from Borso to Tamaracet. That one also was 1 day journey, 24 hours journey.
So it's at this point, from one city to the next, is it still the three of you who are together on this journey? Yeah. So they managed to get the money as well for the journey.
They managed to get the money.
Okay. So your family knew at this point that you were in Algeria.
Yeah, because the moment I reach in Algeria, that's the time I communicate them, tell them, I call them, start telling them, yeah, that's how things are, you know. Right now I'm in Algeria, they were all surprised. How did you get to Algeria? Like, how comes? Tell them, I'm going to Tunisia, I want to enter Italy. Some tell me to come back. Yeah, but I told them, no, look, I cannot come back. Like, all I need to enter Italy by that time.
Right. So your mind was just focused on getting into Italy. You weren't thinking of going back at all. You weren't thinking at that time that you were going to go back. Yeah. So they sent the money so that you could continue your journey.
Yeah.
And carry on.
They send the money $5,000 so that I can go to Tamaracet, from Borso to Tamaracet. That was 1 day journey. It was at night. The truck came to collect us, the white Algerian guy. And he put us at the back of the truck. He told us to lie down on the truck. After that's the time he take a wrapper and wrap us at the back, cover the truck. He covered the truck so no one can see us. After he tied, then we start moving. We are like that for around, we lie around like that for 12 hours.
Wow.
Then after the 12 hours, then that's the time he stopped for us to relax. But we cannot even stand by then. When we stand, we used to fall. We cannot stand up properly. Yeah.
Because you were so weak.
We were so weak because the way we lie down was not good. It was hurting us very deeply.
So he stopped for a while, and then you had to lie down again.
When he stopped, we need to go down from the truck and free up our legs for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then that's the time we get back to the truck, lie down the same as we were. The truck carried us up to a city called Tamaracet. Then since we reached to Tamaracet, as we were there, the moment we reached to the agent's home, we take bath, the agent gave us food, we relaxed, and we took the price. He said $15,000. I then opened my eyes like $15,000. How can I get that money? How can my family get it? I was like, so.
And they wanted 15,000 for what? To transport you from.
To carry me to another city.
Right, another city in Algeria.
In Algeria, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So I contacted my family, tell them, look, this guy charged me $15,000. I don't know if you guys get it, because it's expensive, you know. They tell us, okay, tell him to reduce it. We're gonna try our level best. So as we are there, I tell the agent, look, my family don't get that kind of money. Like they said they got only $13,000. After I negotiate a price with him, and then he told me, okay, tell them to send it. So he gave me the number to send it. So I gave my family the contact which they will send the money to. So they send it, the agent told me, okay, you will move tomorrow. I told him, okay, no problem. That's the time in the night the car came to collect me with my two friends. So we entered the car. They transferred us to one old house. They hide us there at an old house. Yeah. So as we were there, at the middle of the night, around 1 a.m. at the night, that's the time they come and collected us, and we started the journey to head to Deb. Deb is a border, like where if you want to enter in Libya, you can go, and if you want to continue to Italy, you can. Tunisia, you can go by that way. It's a border.
Right. So you got to the border of Algeria now. You could go either towards Libya, they said, or Tunisia.
Tunisia, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
As I reach in Deb, so Deb, we need to. So for me, I told I'm not going to Libya because I never thought I would go to Libya. So that's the time I pay money. I think $4,000 to go to Uruguay, the other city, so close to Tunisia. So the moment I paid the $4,000, so we started moving. Like it was three cars. The convoy was 3 cars that follow each other. So as we are going,
and you're still with your 2 friends at this time as well. So all 3 of you have
Yeah.
decided to go towards Tunisia.
Yeah,
Okay, so you kind of bonded quite a bit by
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah,
And the convoy had other young Africans as well who were going to Tunisia.
Yeah, other young Africans. Some are like majority of them are from Cameroon, Africos. Yeah, Cameroon and Africos.
And were they all planning on going the back way as well? This was the
Yeah,
back way.
they are all planning to go to the back way.
Oh, yeah.
As we as we are moving to Uruguay, we were there. We run the first day, since in the morning till night. Then that's the time the car stopped, and we relaxed a bit. The car started moving again. As he was moving, then that's the time the car got damaged in the middle of the desert.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
just the one car, just your car out of the convoy?
Our car and the other car got damaged. 2 cars got damaged.
How many cars were there in the convoy?
It was 3 cars.
Only 3. So one car was okay, but the other 2 were damaged. So what happened?
After we carried the children and the women in the other car, the car that wasn't damaged.
So there were women and children, women with children in one of the cars.
In one of the cars, yeah.
Right. The one that wasn't damaged. So did you all have to go into the car that wasn't damaged?
As we were there, they took all the boys down, so they take the women and the children, and they collect the two other drivers, the white Algerians, and they left. They tell us they're gonna come back for us, but they never came back.
How many of you did they leave in the desert?
It was 18 of us.
18?
18.
They left you in the desert and said that they would come back for you.
For us, yeah.
And how long did you remain in the same place for, waiting?
We were there for 4 to 5 days.
What?
With no water, no food. We drink our urinates. We urinate and drink it. We drink our urines.
Wow. To survive. So were you in the open desert? Were in the sun? Or did they leave you somewhere where there was shelter?
In the sun, in the middle of the desert.
In the sun, in the middle of the desert? They just abandoned 18 of you.
Yeah, and we lost 4 people over there.
Oh, 4 people died during those 4 days.
1 Guinean, 1 from Cameroon, 2 from Africa.
Oh, wow. Well, they died of exhaustion and what happened?
Because of hunger, and they didn't
Hunger.
get no water. And the other one, because of no water, he drink gas oil.
Oh.
So that's the thing that disturbed him, and he drink the gas oil.
So
Of
he
the
took
car.
the gas oil from the broken vehicle, from the broken down vehicle.
And drink it, yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So, you know, I can't even begin to imagine the sort of conversations you all must have been having during this time. I mean, what was it like? What were you all thinking at the time? What was the conversation that you were having with each other during those few days in the desert?
For me, I was thinking like, I look at one of my friends, start telling him, bro, like, I don't know how my family is gonna feel, especially my mom, because I never thought I would make it from there. I never thought that I would, of course, I don't see nobody. I cannot even hear a sound of a car. Like, for 4 days with no water, no food, you know, I already started, I, I already give up. Like, I didn't say, no, my life's gonna end here. I'm never gonna make it again. So I was thinking like how my family is gonna feel. They would just say like, boy didn't call me, I didn't hear from him, I don't know where he is. Some will say I already died. Some like I think stupidly by them.
Yeah. And did you still have your phone, but by now your phone was dead, huh? Or did they take your phone along the way?
Yeah, we got our phones, but the phone we like one of my friends' phone is having the SIM card, so we hotspot each other. We connected each other from that phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that phone was, I think, it was fallen in the desert. We didn't see the phone.
That phone had data, yeah?
That phone had data, yeah.
So you were able to use that phone to phone family members, or some of you were able to?
We cannot communicate them because we got no network.
No
In that
network
desert,
in the desert.
we got no network.
Wow. So there you all were, 18 of you in the desert.
18
3 of
of
you,
us,
did you say? 3 had died?
4 have died.
4. So what did you all do? Did you all bury those persons, or?
We only buried one, and the other 3 we didn't bury them because we were all tired. We cannot even lift our hands. We cannot do anything.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
as we were there, the 5th day, that's the time I saw a drone up. A drone was rounding over there, and I think the drone see us, and that's the time I hear the sound of an engine.
Right. Wow.
And it was a car. So the drone saw us. Then that's the time the car came, and the car saw us. They start helping us because we cannot drink water at that moment. They start pouring us at what they start pouring water on us for our eyes to open a bit.
So who were these people that found you?
They were Arab peoples, but they are in charge of the desert.
Right. Yeah, they patrol the desert looking for people who are stranded or abandoned. Right. And so they picked you all up, did they? And put you on their vehicle?
No, they left us there. They told us, wait, we are coming. That's the time they go back, bring so much. They bring water and bag of dates
Mm-hmm.
to give us something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So as we were there, they told us in the night we will come and pick you up, take you back from where you are. We tell them, okay, that's fine. That's the time they brought up 3 cars and wanted to take us back from the city we were from. Then that's the time we start moving. They took us, as we were moving, that's the time the 4th guy died. The one who thinks
Yeah.
So the moment he died, then we stopped and buried him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
What
his
about
little
the
brother,
bodies? What about the bodies of the other 3 who had died? Did any of the vehicles take those bodies, or did they just leave them where they died?
they just leave them where they died.
Wow. Wow. Oh, sad. Wow. So you're on the truck now, on the way back to the city that you had come from, that you'd spent like $15,000 or something to move from. You're going back there now. Another one has died. And what did they do with the one? That one got buried, yeah? You buried that one. You were able to. And then you continued on the journey back to the city.
Yeah. As we move back to the city, we moved back to the city where we were from. That's the time, the moment we reached there, the agent gave us some food to eat and water, so we take bath. We reached there at the middle of the night.
You arrived at the
And
middle in the middle of the night. Wow, hold it there just a moment, please, Mohammed. Wow, our family in the chat might just want an opportunity to reflect on what you've been saying. Let me go over to the chat just for a short while. Family, are you following this, harrowing, heartbreaking story? This could be, these are our children. These are our young African brothers, sisters, young mothers, the future. Look at what they're putting themselves through. We're hearing the story firsthand from Mohammed, who has been through, who tried to go the back way. And, he's a survivor. He's a survivor. The authorities have no idea. We've heard about at least 4 people so far who's died on this route, but the authorities have no idea of the number of young people who have actually died in the desert trying to make their way, through to Italy, France, Spain, somewhere in Europe for a better life. And, we're hearing of the heartlessness of those so-called agents who take these young people on these journeys and just leave them in the desert, just left them in the desert. Let me just go over to the chat here for a brief while, and then we're gonna return. Let me just allow you, if you want to get a drink or something. Yeah, which link is it? This one. Go to the chat. Just for a short while, okay, Mohammed, and then we're going to come straight back to you to continue this story. Right, I might need my glasses, it's too small. Hang on a second. Let's read some of these comments. Wow, Brother Kwame is just saying absolutely disgusting, so sick. I think that's to do with, the men. It must be to do with the men just leaving our young people. Usman's in the house. He says he's known you since the junior school. Usman, was saying is saying that you're a very smart boy. You definitely are very intelligent, Mohammed. You know, just imagine someone like Mohammed and those other young people with so much intelligence, you know, so able and capable. You know, we're talking about, you know, young scientists, young potential scientists, potential engineers, young potential lawyers, you know, individuals who could be building industries, making a real difference in their country if the country that they were coming from just wasn't so corrupt and hell bent on fattening their own stomachs, you know, and was to share the wealth with the people. You know, these are very intelligent young people. Teresa's in the house. She's saying, I am so sorry you had to experience this. May these souls rest in peace with the ancestors. JJ says, the authorities do not care. Why should they? It's not their people. Wow. So we know that, you know, we have the authorities of the Algerians, the Lebanese, etc. They don't care about our young people. You know, as JD was saying, they're not their young people. Would they treat their young people in this way? Would they leave their young people in the desert to die? No way would they do that. JD says that the solutions lie with us. You know, the solutions lie with us. The question is, what will we do about it? What will we do about it? I think, you know, I'm here raising awareness so that, you know, we can all do what we can, you know, in our respective organizations, countries, you know, and also Mohammed is here raising awareness of his journey because he wants to make other young people aware of the dangers. He wants to make other young people aware of what he went through. One of the questions that I will answer at the end, Mohammed, is whether you would try again. Someone asked me to ask you that question. You don't have to answer it now, but I'm hoping that, you know, people who are listening to your story, who may have been thinking of going the back way, are going to make their mind up to decide not to do so. And if we even say one life, because Muhammad has shared his story, it's a life worth saving, because that individual who would have gone the back way and possibly ended up dead, you know, you now have the opportunity to try and make a life for yourself in your country. Right up, Brother Kwame, I'll say, good to have you in your house. He says, family are not you making the connection. Most of these so-called migrants from French-speaking African countries, please read the Francophone Agreement, wicked French. JD says, families need to not pay for children to travel here. Support them to build at home. Many don't survive, and lots that do then suffer in the UK and, as we know, in other European countries. There's no free housing or money, just racism. Sheriff says, pure wickedness. I saw this on the internet. They left them there to starve and dehydrate. Many died. He's not the only group. We have no friends around the world. Kwame says, we know what is going on in Cameroon and Ivory Coast. French puppets, Baya, 92, Ouattara, 82 years old. The French loots from both these countries more than 400 million euros, and you wonder why the youth are leaving. You see, this is what's happening. We have these old leaders in these countries, you know, that allow the French to just loot their countries. And whilst the French and Italians and the Spanish are looting the continent of Africa and enriching their country, at the same time, they don't want our young people, who they are looting from, to get the benefits of any of that wealth. And what we do know is that these European governments, they've actually implemented policies, to ensure that countries like Libya, Tunisia, etc., contain the young people in those countries and prevent them from crossing. The European governments have actually developed policies, strategies, and programs primarily led by Italy. This involves paying Libya and other North African countries to stop young people from entering their country, from traveling across the seas. And, you know, this is where they are putting their money and their energy instead of, you know, trying to assist the countries that they're looting. They don't want to give anything back. They just want to take. I'll go back to the chat in a little while. It's good to see that you're following. Rise Up Brother Errol in the house is saying, greetings to my African family. It's a very sad story. They should play this on mainstream media so all young people can see and learn of this sad story. Yes, indeed. Kwame Osei is saying, this should serve as a warning to misguided, ill-informed Africans who want to make that perilous journey to Europe to so-called make it. You know, that 13,000 the brother paid these criminals could have been used to start a business in Africa, a hair salon, a barber shop, food business, mobile phone seller. Just imagine if all of those young people had come together with the money that they gave to those corrupt agents and put that money into, yes, helping their young people to start a business. Rise Up Thomas is in the house. He says, this is a very thoughtful, emotional, interesting, risky subject. Young people should listen to this. Kwame Oboje is saying that he's so touched by your story, Mohammed. And this is what needs to happen. And someone asked, what can we do? You know, we should be investing in our young people. We can't expect others to invest in our young people. You know, if families can raise 13,000, 15,000 to send their children the back way or to pay bandits, you know, to allow their children to travel, because if they don't make these payments, you know, what would happen to these young people? But really, you know, it's the duty of the family, the parents, you know, who can raise this sort of money to invest it in their young people. Karen said that's like the Mexican people trying to get to America. JD says, yes, Shanice, old leaders should take a back seat. Too many think they live forever. It's time for the youth to be running things. They can't do, worse than what we have now. Absolutely agree. And Kwame is saying, you know, to make our young people suffer like that is pure evil. And Sister Betty is saying it's pure wickedness. So we're hearing of the wickedness and the evil that's happening on these journeys. Mohammed, as you can hear, you know, our audience is very, very touched and emotionally disturbed by the story that you're telling. But it's an important story that needs to be told. Our people need to hear this. Those of us who don't know what goes on when young people try to go the back way need to know. And those who are thinking of going need to know as well. And the parents of young people, please, if you can raise 15,000 to pay bandits for your children to go to the back way, please raise that money and invest it in your children so they can start up a business. You know, Mohammed, please continue with your story. So you've been picked up by these desert agents, and they're taking you back to the city now. Please continue.
They take us back to the city again, the city where we are from, called deter. After that, the time the agent tell us we must pay another money for us to go back. I tell him, no, man, I cannot pay nothing because I already paid my 13,000. So I don't think I should pay any more money. So I tell him, yeah, okay, no problem. As we were there, I tell him right now, I cannot move, even though there's a car going to that city, I will not go because I'm not strong enough right now because I'm weak. Yeah, I tell him I must regain back my strength, then move again. tell me, okay, no problem. And that's what
What
my
about the
other,
others? What about the
that
others?
the same thing. That's what they also said, because I was the one helping them, because I'm the one stronger than them by that time. So
Wow.
the
So there's
moment,
about 14 of you now, because there were
yes,
18, 4 have died. So there's about 14 of you left, all very, very weak and, you know, not in a financial position to do any better. And so you're all saying, you know, we're too weak, we can't travel.
yeah.
And what did they say in response to this? What happened next?
After next, the moment we relax for a week, after we start regaining back our strength, the other truck is a big truck that came. The agent tell us, like, you need to go to the, I tell him, okay. After that's the time they transfer us to the truck. And
So
there's
let me
plenty of,
just backtrack a little bit, Mohammed. So the people who found you in the desert, they actually put you up in a house or put you up in an apartment or something for a few days and they were feeding you?
no, where they see us, that's the same place they left us. They told us, stay here. After this, it's around 5 p.m. That's the time they see us, and they take us back around 8, yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah, that's the time they took us back to that other city. The
Right.
same
So
day.
you're right, right. And when they took you back to the other city, the Demdem city, whatever it's called,
Deb,
where did they
yeah.
leave you? Sorry?
Deb City.
Demdeb. Yeah. Where
Yeah.
did they leave you in Demdeb city?
Yeah, the moment we entered in Deb City, they took us up to the junction where we are seeing the house we are staying at our agent's home. That's where they drop us. So we shake hand with them, telling them thank you. We like, you guys really save our lives. Like, we pray for them and they appreciate it, thanking us back, you know. So that's the time they also go back and we
Yeah.
went home to our agent's
So
home.
can I ask, did they know the agents then? So they took you back to the agent's house. These are the same agents that you'd paid the 13,000 to go. They took you back to their house.
No, they didn't know the agent's home, because the moment we entered the city, we were the one directing them where to go.
Oh, okay.
The moment we
Right.
entered in the city, we were the one
Yes.
directing them. So they drop
Right.
us
Good
at that
memory.
junction before the agent's home.
Yeah. Right. And the agent must have been very surprised to see you all turn up back
He
at their house.
he was surprised and he was shocked and he was afraid, like, because there's plenty of us and we are all angry by that time.
Because he's the
Yes,
one that's put you in a vehicle that's broken down in the desert, you
the
know,
desert.
and as a result of that vehicle, you spent 4 days, 5 days in the desert, no food, no water, 3 people died, and then another one died on the way back. So yeah, he must have been very afraid.
I
Uh-huh.
still get those videos, those videos with me. The 4 days we spent in the desert.
Oh, wow. So your phone had enough battery life so that you could video that experience in the desert.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. It'd be too
So
sad for me to even look at something like that. But you know, these are young people who lost their life and their family probably don't even know what happened to them. But let me allow you to continue, please. Let's so you're back at the agent's house, all
yeah,
14 of you. Yeah, he's
so
feeding you and he's keeping you there for a few days.
few days
Um,
after I cannot move right now, I must regain back my strength. So after spending 1 week, He then came back to us and tell us, you guys need to move today. There's a car. And the car is from one agent's house, different agents, plenty of people in the truck. It's a big truck.
Wow.
So that's the time the Arab guy, the Algerian guy, the white man came to collect us. After we entered in the truck, we started moving. As we were moving, he took us to the one, after we left the Deb city, we finished the Deb city, he dropped us at one corner, tell us to wait for him over there. He's going to check front to check whether the police are there or not. The moment he also left, he didn't come back for us.
Wow. How many of you did he drop off there? How many? Oh.
40 something people.
40 people.
40 something, like maybe 40 something, close to 50. I don't know exactly, but it's over 40 something people.
And where were you all left? By the checkpoint?
It was in the checkpoint. He dropped us, telling us he's going to check in the front to see whether there's a police checkpoint over there.
Yeah, yeah. And where was this? On the outskirts of the Debden city?
It was the moment you left Deb city, it was a small city before Deb. Yeah, that's where he dropped us.
Right. And where was he supposed to be taking you all? Back through the desert again?
Back to the desert again. But by the land, he will take the land after he crossed the desert. He will take the road after he crossed the desert.
Yeah. But you didn't reach the desert this time. He just dropped you all off. And how long were you all there for before you realized he wasn't coming back?
We were there for 3 hours, and some started complaining like, this guy will not came back because these Arab people, they are wicked. These white people, like, people start complaining for 3 hours, 4 hours. So we then wait until the night, because the time he dropped us there was around 3 p.m.
Right.
So we started moving at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Right.
in the night. That's the time we try to move to go back to Debden.
Wow.
As we started walking, the mafia boys, the bandits, the rebels, they came across the road.
Wow.
After the people in front, they start chasing them with motorbikes, and they catch some of them, take their mobile phones, their monies. So me and my friends, we moved back to where we were. We run back to the same spot he dropped us. As we were there, we then came easy to the back road, to the grass. We then lie down to cross the road. As we were crawling down, they were looking for us. And my friend told me, bro, I think we need to sleep here till in the morning. I tell him, no, I cannot sleep here. I must go back. That's the time we start crawling in the ground. They were not seeing us. As we are crawling, they were suspecting there are people around that ends, and they take their torchlights, but they cannot see us. That's the time we drop our bags and our shoes there, so that when they chase us, we can run fast. So we drop our
how
bags.
many of these bandits were there?
Yeah, there were plenty.
10, 20?
No, maybe around 12, 10, 12, yeah.
On
10,
motorbikes?
Yeah.
So everybody scattered at this time.
Everybody
and was it just you and your friend that was crawling through the grass? Just two of you?
Just me and my friend and one Cameroon guy. It was 3 of us.
3 of you.
Yeah, as we were crawling down, then that's the time they suspect that there are people over that grass over there. So that's the time we drop our bags there and our shoes. We start moving again. We were moving. As we are moving, then we walk almost 3 hours in that night.
Wow.
to reach where we are from, the agent's home again. As we reach there, the same thing, we tell him, bro, like, the driver
So
is
you
not
found
good.
your way back to the agent's house again in Debden?
We had to
Wow.
walk in 3 hours.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So there's 3 of you that's returned to the agent's house.
All of them returned to the agent's house, all of us.
Oh, okay. Many of you found your way back.
Yeah, they catch some. When they catch you, the only thing they needed is mobile phones and money.
And then they let you go, which is fortunate.
Yeah.
At least they weren't killing people. Right. So what did the agent decide to do next then? What happened?
The agent was like, he was afraid, but then as we were there, started complaining to him because it's his fault. He gave us the bad driver, and he knows all the good drivers and the bad drivers. So as we were there, 3 days later, he tell us, okay, come, you guys need to go. This one, you will reach there safely this time. Tell him, okay. And that's the time we started running. I think we run for 18 hours.
So you're on this truck now for 18 hours?
Yeah.
Going through the desert again?
Going through the desert again.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Right. And then where did you reach? So they drove you for 18 hours non-stop?
Non-stop, yeah.
Did you have water and food in the back of the
Yeah,
truck?
we have water there, over there.
Yeah. And how many of you were there that left the agent's house in the back of that truck?
I didn't know exactly, but it's plenty of us.
Plenty of you. Maybe 30, 40 or so?
No. Maybe 15, 16.
Okay, yeah. Wow, so many are still missing. Yeah. And then where did they drop you off this time?
They drove up to the city. That driver took us up to the city we wanted to go, like the city called Irregular.
And that's on the outskirts of Tunisia, was it?
Like now, one city between Tunisia.
Okay. Yes,
So
yes.
we entered in Irregular. We relaxed there, and he transfers to the new agent. So we need to pay from that agent in Irregular now. So as we were there, we talk about the price to move to Kasserine. That's the last city. After that city, we are entering Tunisia. So as we pay the money, I think it was $7,500 a year. So we do that.
That's about £60 or so.
So as we pay that, then that's the car carries us in the night, and we reach Tamarashet in the morning. It was a taxi.
Okay.
We reach, Kasserine.
Kasserine.
So Tebesa, yeah, we reach at Tebesa, from Urugula to Tebesa. As we reach in Tebesa, that place, that like they didn't give us home, they didn't give house to Black people.
Wow, so you're in Tunisia now. Is this place in Tunisia?
No, it's the last city of Algeria.
Last city of Algeria. Okay. And now the treatment is getting worse towards you as Africans.
Like we sleep in the mountains. Yeah, and it was cold over there because I saw one guy, he died in that mountain because of the cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said you left your shoes behind in your bag. Did you get shoes
Yeah, I get
to
shoot.
continue your journey? You did.
Yeah. As I go back to the city, I tell the agent that I didn't get a shoe. So
Yeah.
he tell me he will buy a shoe for me, but
Okay.
he didn't buy any shoe for me. So the small money I have, that's what I give to one of my friends because he got two shoes, but he's not a Gambian.
Yeah.
So I didn't give him some money, so he
Yeah.
gave me his shoes because he
Okay.
got two shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So this driver took you all to the mountains now in that
So
city.
he dropped us 5 kilometers before there.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So the other 5 kilometers we walk it. We walk 5 kilometers
Yeah. Wow. And one of the young men died on the
because of
mountains
yeah,
because of
well,
hypothermia. Oh. So did you wait until morning or did you start walking at night to cross the border?
as we were there, we spent almost 5 days, 6 days in that mountain.
Oh my gosh. Why? What were you waiting for? Was somebody supposed to come and meet you there?
Yeah, there's a driver who's supposed to come and pick us and cross because we didn't know the city. So for us to
Mm.
cross the border, there's a driver who should come and carry us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
So we paid the agent $14,000 to enter Tunisia.
Right. And you hadn't entered Tunisia yet.
You haven't
Wow.
entered Tunisia yet. You pay
Wow.
14,000 from that mountains to Tunisia.
14,000 to be left on the mountains for 4 or 5 days outside of Tunisia. So by day 5, what did you all decide to do, or what happened next?
You know, because when we wake up from the mountain, we used to go to the city, to the shop owners to tell them to charge our mobile phones for us.
Mm-hmm.
So if they charge our mobile phones, if it is full, we take our mobile phones and before the afternoon time, because the afternoon time, the evening time, the police used to come to the city looking for the black guys. So we used to run again, climb the
Mm-hmm.
mountains, sleep there till in the morning.
Mm. So in this city, next to just before Tunisia, it's mainly white-looking Arabs, is it?
The white-looking
Wow.
Arabs. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's because of
No
this
black
migrant,
community? No black people that live there?
no black people.
Wow, they wiped out all the blacks. Because
Some of the
mm,
some of their kids used to come and take their swords, rub our bodies, like they think the color we have black, like it's something we put on ourselves or something like that.
yeah,
Because it's because of this back way, that's the time some of their kids started seeing black people.
yeah. So they hadn't seen black people before. Just
Yeah.
imagine. And
They used to
Tunisia and the whole of North Africa used to be black Africans. It used to be black people. These are, the invaders, the ones who have invaded and taken over the land. And look, they've whitewashed it now. Imagine. So you were able to get your mobile phones charged in the shop. So the shopkeepers were allowing you in to charge your
yeah,
phones.
because they must allow us because if at all a white Algerian is bought in something like $5, we're gonna bought it for $10.
Mm,
Yeah,
overcharging you all. Yeah. And were all the shopkeepers white Arabs as well in
yeah,
the
they
area?
were welcome up because but they get interest on us. That's why they
Okay.
charge our mobile phones for us.
Yeah. They were curious about who you all were, how you got there, what you were doing in the city. Yeah. Okay.
Some,
And at the same time, the police are looking out.
looking
for
out,
Black
yeah,
people.
Black people. So sometimes we used to go to the mosque to charge our mobile phones. If the shopkeepers refuse to keep our mobile phones for us to charge it, we used to go to the mosque and charge it.
Did the mosque welcome you all as Muslims? Did they feed you and look after you all?
Yeah, the mosque, they treat us as Muslims. If you want to pray, you can go to the mosque and pray, it's fine. You can charge along your phone when praying. Yeah.
So it was a safe place for you then, the mosque.
The
Okay, that's
mosque,
good to hear.
when the police came, they can carry you from the mosque and take you. They don't have mercy.
Oh, so the police will go into the mosque and take you
Yeah,
out? Will the
yeah,
imam try and stop the police? Or they just
yeah.
let them take?
They will try to stop the police, but the police will not even bother them. They will ignore them.
So did that happen to you all? Did you all get caught in the mosque and taken away by the police?
I
No.
have never been caught in the mosque, but some guys have been caught in the mosque in my face.
Wow. Wow. So let's go back on the mountain top now. So you've been in the mountain for 5 days
Yeah,
now, which is where you're having to sleep at night, which is very cold.
very
And
cold.
what happens? What happens after 5 days on the mountain?
35 days, that's the time we communicate with our agent. He tells us to go to the highway. There's a car who's going to come and collect us. He tells us to, three of us to stand together and take a picture because there were some from Guinea and I think the two of us are from Gambia and the other one is from Guinea. So we three stand together and take a picture, send it to him, and he send it to the driver. So that when we stand in the highway, the driver can recognize us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the time the driver come and collected us, and we find some few people back in the truck, and we join them. We start
Mm-hmm.
moving. As we move for 1 hour, 2 hours driving, he drop us somewhere in the bush, very deep, very scary bush.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us to wait for him there. He will come back. So he drop us. We were scared. We think he will not come back.
And
So
was it
as
at
we were,
night that he dropped you in the bush?
it was around 8 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The moment
Yeah.
he dropped us,
And was it all, were you all young men or were there any women among you at this stage?
we were, two girls were with us there.
Two girls.
Two girls
Wow.
here.
So how long was it before they come back for you in the bush?
We were there for 3, 4 hours. After that's the time they came back for us. After they came back for us, that's the time they tried to cross the border from Tunisia to Algeria. From Algeria to Tunisia,
Algeria
sorry.
to Tunisia, yes.
As they
Was that
move over the
successful?
section, yeah, they communicate with some guy. After the moment we reach at the border, they stop the car. So two guys were escorting us.
Oh,
They escort us and
they were allowing you to cross, were they?
no, they were hiding us. Two guys were directing us. We were walking along with two guys to cross the border. So we will find the car in front of us. The driver will come along.
So sorry, let me just get the picture. So you're following a car in front, and that car in front is escorting you all across the border. Is that right? Oh, Mohammed may have just frozen. Oh, wow, what a story. You can't tell me that they shouldn't make a film about this. My. Where are we? Oh, 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. We haven't even got to the end of the story yet. Yes, Kwame, to make our young people suffer like this is so evil. Actually, agree with you totally. Karen says horrible. We thought that You were all dead and he had your money. That's right. The agent thought that, you know, he'd seen the last of you all. He was shocked every time he kept turning up. Bessie said, this is horrible. Thank God you are here to tell your story. You know, Teresa is so saddened and Jade so angry about the treatment of our young people, you know. Rise up, goddess warrior. Good to have you in the house as well. Kwame Obojo saying, Ashe, they are our blood, our blood. These are our young people. And you're hearing, you know, the voice of Muhammad. Sometimes, you know, when we hear these stories and we hear these numbers, these outrageous numbers of the amount of young people who have died, whose bodies have been washed up, you know, on the shores. Let me just go over to one cover here that says, it's difficult to provide the exact number of migrant bodies that have specifically been washed up on the coasts of Spain, Italy, and France, as many deaths in the Mediterranean go unrecorded, and bodies are often lost at sea or found on the North African shores. Aid agencies track overall deaths and disappearances on migrant routes rather than specific coastal recovery. So what we do know is that there are statistics available regarding migrant fatalities and disappearances on the routes for the individual countries. So for Spain, it says that that's the most deadliest route, the Atlantic route to the Canary Islands. And in 2004, the NGO Camando Fronteras reported a record 10,457 deaths or disappearances on the sea en route to Spain. These are young people like Muhammad here. Young people like Muhammad, you know, are among, you know, these are the source of our young people whose lives are being lost at sea or in the desert or on the mountain. Muhammad, let me allow you to finish telling us your story. Sorry, we lost you there for a little while, but glad that you're back. Yeah, please continue.
As they drop us in that bush, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes, you stayed in the bush, you were saying.
As they drop us in the bush for, I think they came after 3 hours in the night, after they collected us, for us to cross the border.
Yes.
So that's it. Since we reached in the border, they dropped us, and two guys escorted us to cross the border so that the police cannot see us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The guy is going to wait for us in front.
Mm-hmm.
So two guys walked us through the desert to cross the border. And since we cross the border, we find a car in front of us, and the car takes us again.
Yes.
Drive all the way to enter Tunisia. As we start seeing the city of Tunisia, the first city,
Mm-hmm.
that's the time the driver drop us and tell us, yeah, there is Tunisia is there.
Wow.
So that's the time we start walking. We walk over 164 kilometers.
Wow. Wow. How many of you were there walking together at this time?
Was plenty of us, like we were plenty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as we were going, we do separate because everyone has his own opinion.
Everyone has their own what, sorry?
Everyone has their own opinion. Some will say, no, let's
Opinion.
take this.
Yes. Some want to go to the left, some want to go to the right, some want to go straight. Yeah. Yeah. And no one knows which route is the best route. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As, where they drop us, I was there for since in the morning till the night, calculating like, how can I enter this city?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was there. One white Arab guy came, what why it's an old woman, bring some milk for me and food, drink for me and my friends. So after we drink that, we were there till in the night. Then I tell my friends, look, we need to start moving. So they tell me, okay. Then that's the time we start moving. We entered the city and there was this mafia guys. They tell us, bro, come, I can help you guys. Where do you wanna go? We tell them we're gonna go to the city called Fox.
So you met some guys who said that they would help you and take you to the city?
But he, of course, I was in a hurry to meet a guy from that country. We didn't know that the road we were taking, the road was taking us to direct to the camp of the soldiers.
Wow.
That guy took us, drive us to that road, and he make a call with some of his friends, pick up, telling them you can come, like something like that.
Okay, the line, I'm not hearing you very clearly, but this person who you trusted and said he was going to help was actually taking you to a soldier's camp. And he made a call.
He made a call telling his friends to come.
Yeah.
The moment his friends came,
Yeah.
they came with knives,
Oh,
scissors,
oh,
and start searching us, asking us, where is the money? I told them I don't get no money. Where are your mobile phones? Tell them we don't got no mobile phones. Did you got some weeds? I tell them no, I don't smoke weed.
so were these young men like yourselves or older men?
They are older, close to five of
Older
them.
men.
Five
They
of
came
them
to
are
rob you
younger
all.
of us.
Wow.
So they can't find anything, they just leave us.
Yeah.
They
Mohammed,
direct, yeah,
we are 3 minutes away from the top of the hour. It's the time that the show comes to an end. But I need you to finish your story. Would you be prepared to come back next week to finish telling us your story? Because we need to know all of what's happened up until where you are today. Would you come back for us to finish sharing your story? We need, I want to hear the story. Everybody listening, I'm sure, wants to hear the story, because this is a story that needs to be told, and you know, everyone needs to hear it. And I don't want to rush you. I don't want to rush you. But it's up to you. It's up to you.
okay.
Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch with you. So, family, this is part one. This is part one. You're going to have to come back next week to hear the remainder of this journey that our brave young Mohammed took and survived. You've heard many didn't survive this perilous journey. We are talking to Mohammed today because he is a survivor. And we're so thankful for your life, Mohammed. We're so thankful that you survived. And you survived because there is purpose for you in your life. I'm not saying there wasn't purpose for the others, but I think what I mean is you've got to make your life purposeful. You've got to make your life count, because it could have been you who died in the desert. It could have been you who died in the mountains. It could have been you who died en route, but you didn't. So make your life count. Yeah, Mohammed? All right, rise up. I want to big up Binta as well. Binta's the one who you started sharing your story with, and she said, Sister Shanice, you've got to hear Mohammed's story. And when you started telling me your story, I said, my audience needs to hear your story. And we will hear the rest of your story next week. Okay, Mohammed? I'll be in touch before then. Take care, stay strong and stay powerful.
So much, Sister Sam.
Signing off now. Thank you for tuning in, family. It's now at the top of the hour. We will be back next strong with Mohammed for him to continue his journey the back way. Sister Shanice, out of here for now. Bye for now.